My camo coat, I washed that the last time around, but this time around, when I just got done doing laundry, I washed my other jacket that I wear with my camo coat. I have like 3 decent coats for like when the weather gets cold. Plus this sweatshirt, I customized it myself by using bleach to make a face on the back of it and shit. And it has 666 on the hoodie right here. Like, got a 6 on both shoulders and then a 6 on the hood on the back. Oh, I just got done talking with some fans on Discord. I know I was feeling pretty shitty earlier. Oh yeah, 47 degrees and it's like 2:14 in the morning. Nah, but right now I'm walking down to a gas station to get some soda. I mean, shit, I'm 25 years old, so if I want to walk around downtown at night, they really can't say shit, you know? As long as I'm not causing any trouble, I'm just minding my own business, that, you know, they ain't gonna say shit. I definitely had to shave earlier. It was all getting scruffy. But yeah, I want to get this cigarette lit. You know, it's kind of chilly. I might just put my hood up to go on this sweatshirt. Got my big ass pocket knife should anybody try to fuck with me. But I don't think anybody's gonna fuck with me. It's, you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I had a lot of people on Discord that wanted to talk to me, ask me a whole bunch of questions, you know what I'm saying? And, when I was talking with some of my fans and friends on Discord, you know, they were asking me a whole bunch of political questions, you know, here and there. And, you know, they asked me, so who do you support? And, well, basically told them that... Oh shit, my cigarette went out. I basically told them that I was undecided because, I don't know, something about Hillary Clinton just annoys the fuck out of me. And Donald Trump's been bankrupt several times. You know, which I guess you could look at that as trial and error, but here's where I'm at right now. I found out that Hillary Clinton, she doesn't support medical marijuana. And that Hillary Clinton has promised that if she is elected president, that she'll basically make it so all the progress we've had to get access to medical marijuana has, you know what I'm saying, all the states legalizing it and shit. Yeah, if Hillary Clinton becomes president, she promises to fight marijuana legalization. And her reason for fighting it is the stupidest fucking reason on the planet. It's not because marijuana is bad for you. There's been several studies out there that show what a wonderful plant marijuana is. It's medically friendly. It has the potential to make this goddamn country so much fucking money. It's unreal. let's put it this way, folks. Colorado made so much fucking money off of marijuana that $3 million of recreational sales, they're able to take $3 million of those sales and donate it to helping the homeless in Colorado. Yeah. Not much traffic going on at night. Well, I could have had some coffee, but I was kind of craving some soda. And if I'm going to drink unhealthy soda, at least walk to the convenience store to get it so I get a little bit of exercise. You know what I'm saying? But then Donald Trump, okay, Donald Trump's a businessman, okay? And Donald Trump is smart enough to know that marijuana can make our country a lot of money. So you got Hillary Clinton saying she doesn't support it. And then you got Donald Trump saying he supports it. Oh, yeah. Being as I'm autistic, I love old cars. Okay, we've all seen that beautiful piece before. Yeah. I'm not gonna touch it or nothing, you know, I'm leaving it the fuck alone, but at the same time, damn, you know, fucking stop and drool at that shit for a minute. I know, but there's a couple of convenience stores that are open 24/7, so that helps. I'll go for a nice stroll. I was waiting for my laundry to get done before I went for a walk, because my dad literally chewed my ass twice yesterday about how bad I stank. And the thing of it is I shower, I wear clean clothes, you know, like one jacket on me that hadn't been washed in a minute, and it was Lecture City, you know, and I'll get into that in a bit. But back to this political nonsense though. So I would encourage all of you out there to vote this year. If you live in the United States, if you're old enough to vote, I would encourage you to register. And I would also encourage you all to, you know, study the candidates a little bit, you know, find out what their policies are. And I want y'all to vote for the candidate that you think works best. Like, if you're watching the candidates, you know, if you're watching Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in their presidential debates, I want you to vote as American citizens. Vote for the person that agrees with your policies, you know. Don't go off what you see in the media. Don't go off what you see your friends talking about. Because this is the most frustrating part about politics, is every side thinks they're right. And unfortunately, YouTube, we got stuck with two very unpopular candidates. Now, a lot of people have called Donald Trump racist in the past, and yeah, some of the things Donald Trump says and does are a little bit questionable, you know. When Donald Trump said, and I quote, he wants to build a wall to keep Mexicans out of the United States who are getting in illegally, and then make the Mexicans pay for it. Oh, people got pissed when Donald Trump said that. When Donald Trump said he'd build a wall around Mexico to keep the illegal immigrants out and then make Mexico pay for it, oh, people got pissed. People were way pissed. And I heard from some of the people I was talking with on Discord that apparently Mexico built a wall to keep out Puerto Ricans and the United States paid for it. So, yeah. If that's true, that's a bit of an interesting piece of information, isn't it? So if what I said was, you know, if that's an actual fact, YouTube, if Mexico built the wall to keep out Puerto Ricans on their shit, and then made the United States pay for it, then Donald Trump wasn't being racist when he said that. He was just saying, hey, look, you know, our country helped you build a wall, now it's time for you to return the favor. You know, I scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, kind of deal. And, you know, some of the things Donald Trump says, yeah, they're questionable, you know. But looking at this from a spectator's perspective, you know, the mass media loves to paint Donald Trump as a sexist, bigot, retard, and all this other shit. And, you know, to some extent that's true. I mean, you know, some of the shit he says, you know, you got Donald Trump saying, shit, if she wasn't my own daughter, I'd fuck her. That's basically what he said. You know, that's not exactly, you know... And the thing of it is, YouTube, is racism exists in all races. Doesn't matter where you go, you know. When Donald Trump made the comment, you know, some of the comments he's made have pissed a lot of people off, you know, and I think maybe in his mind he's trying to mean well, I don't know, but when you make comments like Donald Trump basically calling minorities thugs, and, you know, maybe they're not all bad, you know. You know, when Donald Trump's comments towards Mexicans, you know, talking about them raping your women and shit, you know, that... And that's where I was kind of disagreeing with some of the people on Discord. Remember, we're all still cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let my political opinions affect my friendship with them. That would be stupid, you know? And if you're letting this, okay, if you're letting this election ruin your friendship with people, that's sad, man, you know? Good friends are hard to come by anymore, and if you're gonna fuck that up just because you and your so-called friend disagree on who do you think should be the next president, life's too short for that shit, man. Well, I was prepared to vote for Hillary, but after I found out that Hillary Clinton is strongly against medical cannabis, yeah. And Miss Hillary Clinton, with all due respect, you do realize it's October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And you do realize that medical cannabis can be used to treat and cure breast cancer. Now, people can argue with me on YouTube and on Facebook all goddamn day. Fuck them. Okay, there have been numerous studies. Okay, there have been numerous studies that have come out, and a lot of people are still on the fence about it, just because cannabis isn't FDA approved. Really? Electronic cigarettes were not FDA approved, and yet here's the kicker of it: some of these electronic cigarettes are way worse for you than the actual thing. Now, I posted on my Facebook talking about how I smashed my guitar. And then I posted a picture of a sweet guitar I wouldn't mind saving up for. And I had a person comment on my Facebook page, well, why save up for it if you're just gonna smash it? And then The same person commented on another post that I deleted. You know, I do have what you would call body image issues and what have you, you know. I don't know where the fuck it comes from. I don't know what fucking started it. But I had a lot of people on Discord telling me that, you know, I'm in relatively good shape, that I shouldn't be worried about being fat. But we're kind of, you know, we're faced with this difficult situation here, YouTube. And the difficult situation is that both candidates have their supporters, you know. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, they have their supporters. And then you have people, okay, then you have people that are undecided. And then you have people who are just saying they're not going to vote. Well, I kind of feel like if you don't vote, then you don't have the right to complain about whoever becomes the next president, you know. Well, the same person who had commented on my Facebook saying, why? You're just going to smash it, you know, as far as the whole guitar thing goes. When I made a post on my Facebook talking about, you know, some of the things I deal with as far as my depression goes, the same person was all supportive and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, 1 minute, like, it's just ups and downs, and it's like, nah, you know. Me and this person, you know, we see each other every so often, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, basically, my dad was commenting on my Facebook page. I posted a picture of a sweet guitar I wouldn't mind owning, and my dad commented, why? You're just gonna break it. And then on top of that, when I posted something on Facebook about having body image issues and shit like that, my dad's all, oh, right on, bud. No, okay? Fucking bipolar bullshit. No. You know, general rule of thumb, YouTube, you shouldn't be Facebook friends with your parents. And that's not a personal attack against anybody's parents, but, you know, sometimes kids might post questionable things on their Facebook page that will cause parents to, you know, raise an eyebrow and shit like that. But yeah, going back to the political shit here. Well, after I found out, okay, after I found out that Hillary Clinton doesn't support medical marijuana, I don't know, YouTube, she kind of lost my vote after I found this out. Even her daughter just last week said they were going to do everything in their power to fight it if she became president. And if Hillary Clinton is fighting cannabis legalization if she becomes president, that's a big if. It kind of makes you wonder who the fuck's in Hillary Clinton's back pocket. Who do you think, YouTube? Big Pharma, Wall Street, basically any corporation that would suffer a little bit of money loss if cannabis became legal. Now think about this for a second. The pharmaceutical industry, does not want cannabis to become legal, because if marijuana were legal for medical and recreational use, a lot of people would, you know, they wouldn't take an aspirin for their headache anymore. They'd step outside or whatever and smoke a joint and be over with it, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of feel like that, you know, if pot did become legal, I think there'd still be a lot of people who would still choose to use other forms of medication. I don't think it would stop completely. I just think that a lot of people would use a much safer alternative, you know. You got these opiate addicts, you know. Opiate and pill junkies and shit like that. And it's very easy. It's very easy to overdose on prescription pills and shit. And it's pretty damn impossible to overdose on cannabis. You literally have to smoke 8 times, okay? 8 times your body weight to receive a lethal enough dosage. And most people, if they got to their 4th or... Oh, there's a sign right there. You know what? Hold on a second, YouTube. There we go. That's how you do it. I picked that sign up and stuck it back in the ground. That way no one's stepping on it. You know, people are riding their bikes when it's daytime. You know, if you're riding your bike downtown and there's this fucking sign just sitting on the sidewalk, that sign could have punctured someone's bike tire. And I'm tripping over it, walking down the sidewalk. Fuck that. Stick it back in the ground. My whole argument, YouTube, is that cannabis is a lot safer than 99.9% of the crap they try to force feed down our throats. And a lot of these prescription pills, okay, a lot of these prescription pills aren't even FDA approved. And yet no one makes the same argument. You get these select few individuals who make that argument. And you know what? Fuck the FDA approval. That doesn't mean shit compared to hard research. Sinclair. And my friends on Discord, it was a really good conversation. We talked a lot about a lot of things. Yeah, there we go. And you know, sometimes when you're talking with a group of people, you get, you know, people's different perspectives on things. You know, it broadens your horizon just a little bit. You know. I'm gonna smoke this real quick. But yeah, 47 degrees, it's not too bad. It's definitely a little bit more chilly. You know, summer is definitely no longer with us, but yeah. Step back here. Well, the biggest thing, YouTube, is my dad says, "Oh, I'm not trying to lecture you, Josh. I'm just trying to help." I know that my dad means well, YouTube. It's just sometimes we don't always see eye to eye on things, you know. That's very typical for father-son bullshit. And you know something, YouTube, we still have, out of the 4 presidential debates, we just saw the first one, so we got like 3 more. I know politics, YouTube, I know politics is boring. For most of you out there, you could give 2 shits less about politics. But when it's the future of our country at stake, I think it tends to matter just I think it tends to matter just a little bit. And call this a crazy conspiracy theory, but this is what I think happened. I think that once Hillary Clinton frauded her way to the Democratic nominee, I think after Hillary Clinton cheated her way, okay? I think after Hillary Clinton cheated her way, once she cheated her way to the Democratic nomination, I think she threatened Bernie Sanders and his family. And because Bernie Sanders is still part of the Democratic Party, it's kind of his job to go against the Republican Party, obviously. But then I see an article on the internet of top scientists who are saying that we should not vote for Donald Trump. So this is very typical with any election year. You have a bunch of people saying, oh, fuck this person, you should vote for this person. Or no, fuck this person, you should vote for this person. Oh, you like this person, you're stupid, this person's a way better pick. And you get this kind of bigotry, petty argument bullshit. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people avoid discussing politics, is because they know there's going to be people who disagree with them. And some people take their politics way too seriously. You know? I mean, to an extent, it does matter, especially if it's the future of our country involved. But at the same time, some people get way too worked up over politics and shit, and it's just ridiculous. Good, how are you doing? You excited about the election this year?
No.
No? I don't blame you. A whole lot of people are unhappy with it.
They won't be voting anyway.
Oh.
They took my voting rights away when they convicted me. Which is alright for this election, because I probably wouldn't vote it anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are leaning towards not voting.
Yeah.
Both Trump and Clinton are so unpopular right now.
It doesn't matter anyway, because this country is so screwed right now that it's going to take a lot longer than 4 years to fix it.
Yeah.
That'd be it?
Possibly. How much is that going to be?
This is $2.19.
Alright, and,
I'm not grabbing a jerky stick. $3.68.
alrighty.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 50, 75.
$3.68. It says 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 75.
80. 85.
Oh, wait a minute. We're wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a quarter? Yeah. Is that a quarter? Yeah. That's 4. Right there.
Alright.
One.
But some of the newer quarters don't look like actual
Yeah,
quarters.
they look like nickels in the back. So, we'll go with 4?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll give you back 35.
Alrighty.
What's your receipt?
No, I'm good.
Alright.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Have a good night.
You too.
I didn't get him on camera, so we're good. We got me a jerky stick. I'm gonna go and open this right now. Big old bottle of Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Yeah. You know, I kind of feel like that tends to be the opinion of a lot of people. A lot of people think this country's screwed right now. And a lot of people say if Donald Trump becomes president, they're going to move. Well, YouTube, if Donald Trump becomes president, I'm not moving. I'm staying in this country. I tend to think, YouTube, that if you're gonna, before you vote, you should at least read Hillary Clinton's website and then Donald Trump's website. Find out what their policies are. Show the logo. I love jerky in all kinds. Jerky is one of my favorite foods to snack on. I kind of wanted to do a political video. Didn't get no one's face on camera, just mine, you know. It's cool getting an insider's perspective on other people's opinions, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, the reason why I unfriended my dad on Facebook was because of that comment he made when I posted a picture of a guitar. You know, it's a guitar I can't afford, you know. And as far as guitars go, dude, come on. There are a shit ton, okay? There are a shit ton of pawn shops here in town. I'm pretty sure I could find a BC Rich Warlock for a decent price, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, Casper sure is beautiful at night. Very peaceful and serene. That was good jerky, though. If I could live off of, like, jerky would be one of the foods I would definitely like to live off of. Like, if I had a set list of foods to eat regularly, if I had food that I'd love to eat regularly, it'd be jerky. Jerky would definitely be one of them. I'd eat jerky more often, but man, that shit's expensive. I walked into Loaf and Jug and saw, well, I wouldn't say it was the biggest bag of jerky, but it was a pretty good sized bag. It wasn't too terribly small, but it wasn't like ginormous. Man, I've seen bags of jerky go for almost 20 bucks. Like, good God. So buying them by the sticks, you know, can be a lot cheaper, you know. That was a weird ass noise. That sounded like a fart, as weird as that sounds. And the funny thing of it is I didn't fart. The noise came from like up in the trees somewhere. It's definitely getting colder outside, though. Okay, I seen the stick earlier. I found a stick I can make a wand with. Now, I walked by the stick on the way to Bradley's, and I was like, I know that once I get a job and I actually get supplies and everything, I do plan on selling my wands on the side. And I would charge 20 bucks for a basic wand. 50 bucks for a scepter, and 100 bucks for a staff. And the reason why I charge way more money for scepters and staffs is because, generally speaking, I'll be putting quartz crystals with them and stuff. And, you know, that way, you know, that way I can put some money back towards my inventory and shit, you know. And look at that stick. That was just off a bigger section of it that I trimmed up. And I want to break the stick, so hold on. One-handed this shit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just, I could do this when I get home, but if there's a branch I can't snap off on the stick, then I can get it when I work on it. Got most of the branches off. Just to make a fine wand, take some sandpaper and a little bit of trimming up. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is, but I'm sure if I studied a bit, I'm pretty sure if I studied a bit, I could, you know, learn the different kind. I know a couple names of all the branches in the wood, but I don't know how to identify them too well. Kind of right now, for the most part, I'm just collecting them, and yeah. Okay, that's as good as this is gonna get without using a hacksaw to finish it. There we go. I got most all the branches off of it, except for this one right here. I think I'm gonna pull an all-nighter. I'm kind of feeling like one of those moods. I actually found a badass stick to make Vapor's scepter that I'm making them. I'm not gonna be able to get to it right away because I don't have supplies for it, obviously, but trust and believe it's gonna look sick when it's done. Yeah, get off of there, you bastard. This super long one right here. Like everything else I can just trim up with a hacksaw and some sandpaper and sand it up real easy. Oh, look at that, 2:59 in the morning, almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's 47 degrees out. Yeah. I don't stay up like this ridiculously late too often, but You know, I was chatting with fans on Discord, and they're doing a little bit of laundry, and you know, people had a lot of questions to ask me and stuff, so, you know. Yeah, get that out of there. Alright, that's all the trimming I'm going to do on it. Until, you know, like just the basics, you know. Anything else can be taken off with a hacksaw or some sandpaper. It's a cool looking branch. But yeah, I want to continue this conversation in a separate video. I'll get back to my apartment, and while I'm uploading this video, I'll talk about you know, basically the same topics I've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's the bewitching hour. The bewitching hour is the hour of 3 and 4 in the morning. The bewitching hour is between 3 and 4 in the morning. I have a book at my apartment called The Magic Power of Witchcraft. And it's sort of a, you call it a instructional manual, you know, sort of a basic guidelines, you know. I don't interpret everything in that book as literal, but the book is there to serve as a basic study tool. And that's what the book said. And the reason why is people believe that's when spirit energy is the highest as far as activity goes. It's between 3 and 4 in the morning. Some people, you know, some people believe that midnight's the bewitching hour. I don't know, I guess it just depends on who you talk to. But I'll walk around a bit more and then head back to my place. You know, but I'll definitely catch you on later, YouTube. Sipping on that, sipping on that Mountain Dew, pitch black. Yeah. Well, anyways, YouTube, this is KingCobraJFS with another video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in a bit.